Sin, however great, will be forgiven if repented of. But what is repentance? Repentance is not mere sorrow for sin, but it is the heart renunciation of sin. It is the giving up of sin from the heart, and of all sin as sin. It is the rejection of it because it is that abominable thing which God hates. It is the turning of the heart from self-seeking to supreme love to God and equal love to our fellow men. It is heart reformation. And it is heart rejection of sin. It is heart turning to God. Now, while anyone's sin is persisted in and not given up, there can be no true repentance. For after all, this form of sin is preferred to the will of God. The indulgence of sense in this particular is preferred to pleasing God. There can therefore be no true repentance unless all known sin be for the same time utterly abandoned. Okay, Charles Finney would basically say, if you're a porno watcher, if you're addicted to porn, and you're in this church, and I'm your pastor, and you are not going to heaven. You do not have saving repentance. You are walking in consistent disobedience to God. You're not saved. You are not in a state of salvation in the least, and you're deceived if you think you are. That's exactly what he would say about that. Persistence in any form of sin is fatal to the soul because it is utterly inconsistent with saving faith. That faith is saving which actually does save from sin, and no other faith is saving or can be. That faith is justifying which is sanctifying. True faith works by love. It purifies the heart. It overcomes the world. These are expressly affirmed to be the characteristics of saving faith. Let no one suppose that his faith is justifying when in fact it does not save him from the commission of sin. For he cannot be justified while he persists in the commission of any known sin. If his faith does not purify his heart, if it does not overcome the world and overcome his sins, it can never save him. Commentary. This is why I'm reluctant to get really close into men's groups in churches, in evangelical churches. I'm reluctant to do it. I'm more willing to do it than my wife is. But I'm reluctant to do it because you kind of have this locker room culture in a lot of these churches. This Promise Keepers, Bill McCartney locker room sort of culture, which basically normalizes porn watching among church-going men, normalizes it. Hey, we're all porno watchers. You know, we're all washed in the blood of the Lamb. We're all porno watchers. Oh, you looked at porn, that's okay. I looked at porn too. And everybody's just looking at porn. And this is called being an accountability partner. You know, it's put out like, oh, we're going to keep each other accountable to not look at porn. But all it ends up being is Jerry looks at porn and Bill looks at porn. Steve looks at porn and Bob looks at porn. And all these guys look at porn, so I guess it's okay if I look at porn too. And that's what a lot of like guys in churches are like. Which is why I don't want to get close to them, because it doesn't help me. It discourages me from the fight against temptation to be around guys like that who have this super lax attitude about talking about porn. That doesn't encourage people to want to give up their porn. What it encourages people to give up their porn is preaching against porn and preaching repentance from it, and keep it to yourself, because the more you start talking about this stuff, what it's going to do is it's going to make people think, oh, he looked at porn, I guess I can look at porn. This is the problem. Just stop it. If you're going to talk about it, preach against it. Don't tell me about the last time you looked at porn. How's that going to make me stop looking at porn? Stupid. Who came up with that idea? It's absolutely stupid. Probably Promise Keepers. It's absolute foolishness. There's no statistical support that whole accountability partner thing helps people stop looking at porn. I think it helps people justify themselves that they should look at porn because they looked at porn, so I guess I can too. It normalizes it. The best way is to wash your mind with the word and walk with the Lord the best you can, and listen to stuff that's godly and holy, and stop allowing people to say godly and holy things are just negative and depressing. No, what's negative and depressing is you can't stop looking at porn, dude, and you don't hate sin. That's negative and depressing.